Hey, my truth seekers, how are you guys doing? Back with another video. Guys, look, I am not going to camera because I done took my shower and I'm going to go to bed after this right here. But I went ahead and dropped a upload not upload, did a live this morning. Guys, make sure you go ahead and check it out where I was talking about Jay-Z, where he was upset because they was messing with Queen B, and you know how it is when you mess with Queen B. So make sure you go ahead and check that video out, guys. So I'm gonna go into what I am talking about today. Tonight I'm gonna talk about Call is King, how he is so involved in other networks, guys. Tell me why. And we also going to talk about Candy Boris. Okay, we're gonna talk about Candy Boris, where she said that she went ahead and she left Real Housewives of Atlanta after 13 or 14 years. Yeah, right. Didn't Candy have said that she wasn't getting a call, and she had other engagements? So, at the end, I guess, she realized that, they was negotiating and wasn't going to give her what she asked for, because she did say that they went ahead and called her. So I don't think that she was making as much as they say she was, and that was like $2 million a season. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about all that right there. Welcome to my life, real talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So I'm gonna go into my commentary. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in case Logical Speak want to come on. She's welcome to come on, so we can go ahead and chop it, like we always do. So let me go ahead and drop the link in case you want to come on. So, guys, as you can see right here, yes, I do still have that post of Tasha K because I'm waiting for part 2. I don't know about you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep my subscription, in case she go ahead and drop part 2, because if she's going to drop it, after the month is over with, that's a good strategy, because you know how people think that they can get two for the price of one. So Touch K probably say, look, I'm gonna make them pay for it. I see a social minister and Reverend Deacon is in the house, Mr. Terry Jones. How are you doing, Terry? I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. Yes, indeed. Terry says that hello, Real Talk with Lady D. Good evening. Yes, indeed. So how you been doing? I ain't saw you in a while. I'm glad you came on. Yeah, glad you're here. Yes, welcome. I see Linda Young. Linda Young is in the house. She said, good afternoon. How are you doing, Linda? Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining my live Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. Like I say, guys, in here, we speak truth, only grown folks, ain't no babies in here. If you feel like you want your ears to be tickled, then you're going to have to leave and go somewhere else. This right here is Real Talk, unapologetic and non-biased. She said, good evening. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming on. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and, she said also, let me see what else Linda said. She said, I'm well excited to hear the truth. And today, absolutely. And you know how it is, when you stand on your truth, not everybody wants to hear it. Everybody wants the ears to be tickled. But like I said, ain't no bandwagon over here, guys. I don't jump on the bandwagon. I'm going to call it exactly like I see it, because they don't hold their opinion. When they talk, they talk. Um, Terry said, I went to the optimism last Friday. I found out I don't have a lens in my right eyes. I have a cataract in my left eye. The great news is that the cataract can be removed when it's get bigger. I'm glad that, everything is okay, Terry. I'm so glad that everything is okay. Won't he do it? We must remember it's better to give a person the sour truth rather than a sugar coat. Absolutely. And that's the thing about it, especially when it comes to our people. We want everybody to stroke them, because people are so caught up in this reality show. And like I said, there and say, this is a reality show. And what they put out on social media, that's them. They want to put their life on display. You should be glad that it's them. then it's us. I see my girls in the house. She say, Logic, Lady D, I'm running a little late. We'll be there in 15 minutes. Okay, okay. Just let me know when you come in, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop the live. All righty. So, guys, I'm going to go on with my show because Logical Speak says she's going to be in 15 minutes. And we're going to do a little recap because I think she got some stuff that she want to go ahead and talk about because we want to know why, Melody, she never put a restraining order on Martell. Now, Martell was like she said he is, and she don't want to film with him because the way that he's stalking her and bothering her peace, then why you never ever put a restraining order? Guys, all that right there is just Melody trying to sit there and make Martell as the bad guy and she as the victim. That's exactly how I look at it. Terry Jones said we must remember some people will feed you a lie just to see if you will eat it. And when it comes to these reality shows, Terry, I'm not going to tell you no lie. I mean, they love eating that lie pie. They will eat that lie pie and ask for more. But in here, honey, we chew meat. We chew meat in here, and some of them they can't take the meat. They get choked. But oh well. Like I say, honey, only grown folks in here. We not gonna sit there. Ain't no time for no babies, honey. In this on this channel right here, it's 18 and up. And we already know nobody loves the truth. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Candy first. Um, Candy, we already know Candy and Kenya Moore. I don't think that the two of them, was able to go ahead and carry that show without Nene Leakes. And the reason why I say without Nene Leakes, because Nene, I feel that she was the engine to that show, to that network. And without Nene, it's just like everything just, it just start going down. The ratings start going down and everything. But I don't know what had happened behind the scene where they thought that Candy was going to carry that show. And we already know Kenya Moore was not going to be able to carry that show because Kenya Moore, this girl is she's a loose cannon. Kenya Moore, she's the type of person that when she hits below the belt and she don't care who she drag in. And I remember when Carlos King had asked Kenya Moore, why the ratings are going down, and that's when Kenya Moore has said, well, they not giving me nothing to work with. So Carlos say, well, why don't you bring in your family? And you can see how her demeanor changed because Kenya Moore, she's not going to talk about her family. She wants to talk about those people that comes on where she can chew them up and spit them out. Kenya Moore, she got a storyline, but she don't want to tell it. Like I said, when it came to day one, when Kenya Moore came on that show, Kenya Moore, she could have talked about all the stuff that she went through, being, adopted by her grandmother and her mom. She could have talked about all that. She failed to do it because she wants to, talk about something that she can be able to tear a person down. But when it came to Candy, like I said, in the beginning, when she was, with the guy, I can't think what his name is, and he had died, they was doing good. And then I think when it came to Cynthia Bell and her sister, when Candy had got in a fight with them, that was good. And also, that's pretty much about it, something that I can remember for say that Candy was on Real Housewives of Atlanta for 4 years. Now, if she thought that, by bringing in, yeah, AJ, thank you very much. Yes, AJ, her boyfriend AJ. But if Kenny, she thought that bringing in her mom and her aunts and all that was going to carry that show. I don't think so. But Logical Speak says she loved Old Lady Gang. I like them too, but I don't think that, especially when it comes to this younger generation, I don't think that they was looking for Old Lady Gang, but it is what it is, like I said, she did it for 14 years, she got a fan base. Candy got so many businesses that came out of that show. I don't have nothing bad to pretty much to say about Candy, because to me, Candy was the only one that I know, especially with the black reality shows, that she took whatever they gave to her and she made lemons out of it. She really did good. Candy, she made a big brand when it came to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if she was off today, which she is, she still got so much stuff to look forward to. That's exactly how I look at it. Country Girl say hello again. Yeah, she's back with me again. My girl, Country Girl. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad to see you guys. Thank you very much, guys. But getting back, we're going to go ahead and talk about Callers King, guys. Let me know. Come on, give me some feedbacks. Comment. Don't just stay in the bushes. Because that feedback, it keeps me going, and I'm gonna try to see if I can stay on at least an hour or two. Logic, come on. I'm gonna try to go ahead and stay. At least 2 hours. But give me some feedbacks. What do you think about Callers King? I mean, I am so confused because Callers King talks about Bravo. I mean, God, dude, you got so much stuff that is going on your network. So much stuff that is going on. And this right here is not on the show. So you could talk about it because this stuff is happening in these people's personal life. And I remember when Carlos King was saying, where I cannot talk about it because, they are filming. But this right here, this is serious. We got someone right here that trying to set the entire house on fire, playing with gasoline and lighters and hitting people with bats and golf clubs and throwing pots and pans and flower pots. My God. And you're not going to say anything about all the stuff that is going on in Huntsville? Come on, make it make sense. Make it make sense. How could you talk about all the stuff that is going on someone else's network, a network that, and I'm going to say alleging, all this stuff right here, guys, is for entertainment purpose only, that got rid of you and you still talking about it. Most people, when they have gotten fired or let go or they departed, they're not going to talk about what's behind them. They are pushing forward. To me, it looks like, Carlos King, he said that these reality shows, Love and Marriage in Huntsville and Bell Collective, he said those are his babies. So if those shows are your baby, why you nursing somebody else's babies and not nursing your own baby? To me, it's like Carlos King is saying, my babies are ugly. I don't want to nurse my babies. I am embarrassed of my children. That's how it sounds to us. Because to me, it looks kind of, it just looks foolish for all the stuff that is going on when it comes to some of his castmates, and he's not even talking about it. Make it make sense, guys. And that's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So, like I say, let me know. Maybe, like I say, I don't have all the answers, but I want to know, why is Carlos King so fixated on Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac? Why is he so fixated on all the shows that's on another network? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You have to sweep behind your own door before you try to sweep behind somebody else. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, guys, just tell me I'm wrong. Why he cannot talk about all the stuff that is going on. This lady wanted to set the entire house on fire. And even if she was threatened, even if whatever it was, you still it could have happened. You got gasoline in one hand and you got a lighter in the other hand, threaten this guy, telling him that you're going to unalive him, tear the entire house down over money. Make it make sense, guys. Linda says he's playing 3 to 4 titles and it's not right. It's confusing. Your employees, it's confused your fans, and it's confusing your quote. Let me pin this up. Best friends that you interview, are you a blogger, an executive, or you a BFF? And that's all we want to know, because to me, it's like Shawnee, and we already know ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. You remember Shawnee O'Neal on Basketball Wife? She had us confused. She even had her castmates confused. Who are you? Are you one of the cast? Are you the executive? Now, if you are the executive, I'm not going to talk to my boss any kind of way, because I will get fired. Right? So Shoni had people walking on eggshells. But when it comes to Carlos King, Carlos King is so focused on another network. You don't see Andy Cohen. You don't see Andy Cohen talking about on network. You don't see he talking about any of Carlos King's projects that he's doing. He's minding his own business. I mean, you got a baby network that you're trying to get off the ground. Wouldn't you, in your right mind, guys, try to focus on that, grow that, instead of talking about somebody else network? And then when it comes to Bravo, Bravo has a very huge platform, guys. A huge platform. The ratings when it comes to Love and Marriage in Huntsville, if I'm not mistaken, is not even over 300,000, or maybe about 400,000. I don't know. Logica knows all about that. Well, all I'm just sitting there saying, so much stuff is going on Love and Marriage in Huntsville. We got these people trying to unalive each other, and you can't say allegedly, even though all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. But all this stuff is caught on tape. We got the receipts, all the stuff that is going on. And that's why I say, when you dig one ditch, you better make sure you dig another ditch, because you're going to fall in it as well. Everybody was trying to dig a ditch for Martell, but look like they got a deeper ditch I don't know if Melanie would even get out of that. That's if Martell don't go and press charges. And like I said, if it's within 5 to 10 years, the DA can pick that up, because she is caught on the scene. Everybody say, well, you got to watch the whole video. No, it does not work like that. Okay. I talked to one of my close family members. It doesn't work like that. All they need to show that person is on the scene committing a crime. And that's real talk. Linda says that, right. And has cast, he played attention to, let me make sure, let me pin that. Right. And his cast, he only pay attention to Mel. He ain't worrying about the other people in that show. If Bravo called callers today, he would drop all his shows and run back. Absolutely. So it's not nothing secured. So I'm just hoping that Tisha, and the Scotts, while they are in Atlanta, they need to go network with Bravo, because it look like they boss is focusing on that. I will sit there and I say, well, man, do we have a job the next day? What's going on? Because look like our boss is so focusing on somebody else's network. So let's see if we can go and get a foot in that door. Martell did. Martell was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure that those doors are still open. I see my girls in the house. Donna Davis. Yes, indeed. Hi, Donna. She say, hello, Lady D. Carlos King is just going along with what's in the comments that he think is popular opinion. He got an immature mindset. Absolutely. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because he got so much stuff that is going on his show. So much. And not the show, because they don't put it on the show. The stuff that they got going on in their personal life. Now we got Melody trying to unalive this man over $17,000. So everybody was saying, well, that was her money. He took that money out of her account. Well, I don't know how it happened, but something just fell in my lap, because I promise you guys, I don't go looking for all this stuff, okay? It just falls in my lap. Came on my notification, Martell outside pleading to Melody. Melody, you took all of the $150,000. He wanted his money. He wanted his share. What Melody did, Melody backed up and she left. Martell didn't sit there and try to bust the windows up on that car. Martell didn't try to bust the windows. Martell pleaded to Melody. Melody, you took $150,000. Let's split it up. I guess he was saying, but Melody didn't care. Melody did a lot. And like I said, even the Bible, they want to quote these scriptures. The devil knows how to quote the scriptures too. You can put a hole in the Bible and the devil gonna know exactly what's going to be missing. I don't go by what cheek and tongue say. Cheek and tongue, the mouth says everything. But it's about the action. The actions speak louder than words. Now we are seeing who is the real person that's sitting there costing the most. This girl is not about peace. This girl is all about almighty dollars. Almighty dollars. That's what this girl is about. Because if she was about peace, no way in the world she would have put this toxic relationship of a marriage on TV for the entire world to pick it apart. And nobody can get mad. Nobody can get mad because they chose to do that. So you can't tell people how to pick it apart or what to say or what not to say. Oh, Melody been through so much. We all been through so much. We all been through so much. Melody is not the only one that been cheated on. Like I say, 99% of men cheat. I might be exaggerating, but men cheat. And if your man is not cheating, stay in that marriage long. I promise you. I promise you. And if nothing is liking out your home, Melody said that Martell treated her like a queen, pulled out a chair, brought flowers. She even made a song about it. She ain't saw no signs. You mean you been in a marriage and your man was cheating for 6 years and you didn't know? Yeah, you knew. You didn't want to know. You turned the other cheek because it was still benefiting for you to stay in that marriage because it was all about clout chasing. Like I say, guys, if you don't want to hear the truth, this is not the channel for you. Don't click, don't like, just leave. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat. Because like I said, this is where our people at. Smack dab in the middle of all this mess. It's like a dog going into his vomit. And if this is where my people at, trust me, I'm not going to paint a picture that you think it should be painted. Oh, Melody been through so much. Melody been cheated on. But not one time Melody ever said that Martell put his hands on her. Never. She came out and said Martell never touched at her. But we know it's caught on camera that she did. She touched at him. Melody went into somebody else's home, threw a glass at Martell's head. Nobody talked about that. I mean, it was said that Melody wrecked these people's house up trying to get at Martell, threw a glass at this man's face. And you know good and well, if it was the other way around, you guys would have had Martell's head on the silver platter. You guys would be talking about it now. Just like you're talking about all this mess right now. But every time when you guys talk about what Martell is not doing right, it always shows that Melody is doing the same thing. Let's go down memory lane. Let's go down memory lane. Ain't nobody talking about how Melody threw a glass at Martell's head. Oh, we're going to sweep that under the rug. Nobody's talking about how Mel say she needed her peace, so she went out and got her apartment or a hotel. Just like my friend said. What did one of the mods say? Say when she want to take when she want peace, she don't go and get a motel, a hotel. She don't get that. She go and take a bubble bath. What Mel did? Mel went and got a hotel. and you away 6 whole months, and you expect this man to stay home and twiddle his fingers? And I don't see where Mel argued about when Martell was saying when he was coming home, no food. His mom, Mel's mama, Miss Vane, and Melody didn't have no food. If two women in the house, at least something should be cooking. Somebody should be cooking. Because like I said, I don't think that Miss Van even missed the meal. She don't look like she missed the meal. Why Miss Van didn't cook? If you got living in somebody else's home, at least do something, play your role. But this man was coming from a hard day's work just to come home, got to bath the kids, got to cook, clean up, help the kids with the homework. Then what the heck you need a woman for? What the heck you need a woman for? That's just like having a dead log. I don't need a woman if I got to cook and clean up. And like I said, when you don't do it, you got somebody around the corner like a Ariane Curry is ready to scoop it up. What's trash to you is treasure to somebody else. Ouch. I know your ears hurt. You can't tell me your ears don't hurt, but well, just say ouch. Because like I say, I'm not going to sugarcoat, guys. I don't know these people from a can of paint. All I just know that these people put their business on display for the whole entire world that watched this train wreck to pick it apart. We looking from the outside in. But you guys act like you know these people. When I look at it a reality show because I don't know these people. And most likely you don't know these people as well. Look what happened to one of these bloggers that thought that they was cool with Melody. Melody, look, long as you behind the computer, you guys are talking. Oh, yeah, she going to keep pumping you up, but she ain't going to invite you to dinner. When you guys was in Mel's presence, when Carlos King went to Huntsville to crown her. Melody most likely didn't bring no gifts to you guys. She might have danced with you guys, but that's about it. Hey, my girl, how you doing?
Just 1 second. I had to turn off this other. I'm great. How are you, Lady D?
I'm pumped up.
I hope my mic cooperates tonight.
You sound clear.
Oh, great, great, great.
You sound clear.
Good, good. So, what did I miss?
Girl, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. I just want to know why Carlos King is so invested in somebody else's network.
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I think Carlos, in my opinion, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. I don't think he can speak on Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's too much contention among the cast. If he speaks
Wow.
positive on one, then the others feel neglected. If he speaks positive on the cast, then the superstar feels neglected. So he cannot speak on
Well, if
openly.
that's the case, why did he go down to Huntsville and crowned
I know,
Saint Melody?
I
So if he
know. And
can't speak on it, to me, you coming down in my neck of the woods and you just see Melody, you didn't even go to Black to go visit Black. So, and if he cannot talk, then what's the purpose of he going down to Huntsville just to meet Melody? Make it make sense.
well, I think that was the very first and the most important mistake he made. You cannot single out and befriend your employees. You have to be a boss. You have to stay in
Absolutely.
an executive position and don't try to be everybody's friend.
That's it.
And
And
he talks about them as if they are his children.
absolutely.
You can't
That's
do that.
no, you can't because that's just like with my home health. You think I can befriend those people? No, I can't to befriend them because then they get too relaxed.
Absolutely. They
Uh,
take you for granted.
oh, girl, talk about it, honey. Talk
Yeah.
about it. I got a testimony on that. Read that what Debbie Thomas said.
Okay. She says, anytime you are rooting for a side chick, tells me all I need to know about you. There is nothing Christ-like about you. I guess she's speaking about you.
Yeah.
I guess you were a side chick in your previous or current life. Go seek help.
Let me go ahead and answer this right
Okay.
here. First of all, I'm not going to tell you no lie. I've been through what Melody been through. I've been through what Tisha went through. I've been married since I was 17 years old, okay? And I'm 56 years old. I'm 57 years old today.
Oh,
So
happy
miss me
birthday.
with that. Well, not today, January.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, girl.
Well, I'm just saying, the month of January.
Okay.
But this is how I look at it. Let me answer Debbie Thomas because I think that and don't you know that's my name, Debbie, right?
I know.
And I named
Yes.
Debbie.
Another Debbie.
Another Debbie. A Debbie Downer.
Oh Lord.
Let me stop that. But I'm finna answer Debbie, okay? And it sounds funny when your name is Debbie, you calling somebody else Debbie, right? But yeah,
Oh,
let me go ahead and say this. I'm doxing myself, but it's all good. You see? But yeah, first of all, when you've been in a relationship over 2 years, I wish I had Shahrazad Ali clip. I'm gonna play you that. I had it, but I went ahead and deleted it.
okay.
When you are in a relationship for over 2 years, it's not considered as a side chick. It's considered as the other woman. Okay, Miss Debbie? Anytime when a man is in a relationship with another woman and it's been like 2 years, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 6 years until Melody had found out that, which I think Melody had been known, is just that, she was still reaping the benefits. You understand what I'm saying? But anytime when you are in a relationship for over 2 years, it's not a mistress, it's not a side chick, it's the other woman. And Melody know that Ariane was a sister wife. That's why Melody went and carried her tail over to Ariane's house with Ariane's mother and sat for hours to talk to Ariane. Because like I said, she knew that her husband was messing with Ariane, and she didn't do not one thing about it because she was doing what she needed to be done. And all this to me, guys, is for entertainment purpose only. Okay. So let me go ahead and answer Linda. Linda say, let's be honest, guys. We know who is the true king of the show. That's Marcel. Like him, hate him, love him. He's carrying the show. He should be crowned of anything. What you think about that? I absolutely agree with
I
Linda.
agree too. I agree. Marceau is a star of the show. Yes, he is. That show would be boring without Marceau.
Absolutely.
Yep, I
Absolutely.
agree with Linda. Yep.
But see, we starting to see now because see, we couldn't see anything because Melody and Martell, had brought all this old toxic stuff to the show where we couldn't see the real VIPs, the real kings and
Yeah,
queens. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
And you see, they jealous now because now Tisha is in Atlanta. Tisha and Marcel, they doing a thing with Black Expo. Now they trying to say Tisha is copying off of Melody. Why every time when Tisha do something, she got to be copying
Oh
off of
my
Melody?
goodness,
What
I
do
tell you.
do you think that Tisha actually want Melody's life now?
No, no one wants Melody's life. I mean, um, I um, I believe they are a little bit afraid and jealous. I hate to use the word jealous
Well,
uh,
with them you can.
with these people, with anyone. I don't like the word jealous, but they are not happy about Marcel and Tisha elevating over Melody. To me, that's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Her fans and the bloggers are not happy about it. They want everybody to be lower and not accomplish anything. Let Melody, but that's not how business goes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everybody gets the opportunity to shine. You know,
Absolutely, but only one
Mm.
person wanted to shine.
Yeah, well, it don't work like that. I'm sorry.
No, no.
No, everybody
But
gets the
but
opportunity to shine.
and what's sad, and I'm not gonna keep cutting y'all because I finally watched one of my videos and I said, "Oh my God, I'm just cutting Elijah off." Every time Elijah make a point, it look like I'm just cutting off. Okay, but just chime in because you know how we get so emotional, right?
I know you are emotional. This is the topic you focus on, so I don't even trip on that. No, go ahead, babe.
Debbie Thomas said, please point out in the Bible scriptures where that is stated. You claim to be that of a biblical reason. Why is that stated? First of all, you have to know who revised that Bible because we are kings and queens. We are God and goddesses. and you don't want to go with the Bible. So please, 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 please don't even try to go there with me with the Bible, because if you look at our African inheritance, and you will know that part of Africa comes from polygamous. We came from polygamous, and I believe that, when we was enslaved, which I'm not going to go ahead down to history, the you can go and Google all this yourself, because like I say, the rabbit hole goes very deep, especially when it's our history. It's just that we don't want to take the time to know who we really are. But in Africa, polygamous was normal, and it's not because of a person trying to have sex with another person. It's because of they want all their family intact. It may be a family that the mother died and they gonna take over the children, or one family, they are going through with financial situations, so they'll take that family in. That's what it was all about. But when we came down here in what I call little old Babylon, they put this contract upon us called marriage, knowing we was not going to keep it, right?
I
Knowing we
agree.
wasn't going to keep it. So that's all a part of an economic system, because they know the only ones that's going to get rich, and that's the judges and the attorneys, right? We already talked about divorce. That's one where they making so much money in divorce court. And you also said in the children's what you had said.
Oh wow, I'm lost.
Well, like I say, all that is all about money. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna play some clips with Shahrazad Ali, and I might be
yeah.
pronouncing her name wrong, so you guys could see exactly what's going on. Linda said, not sure how much Stormy is worth, but her business is worth well over 40 million. Oh, Stormy is doing good, huh?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, Stormy is doing real good. I do believe Mel is a millionaire, but she is in her lower millions. She has long ways to go before she catches Storm. And this is another thing I want to go ahead and talk about. I saw logical someone has said that Mel is a millionaire, and Martell broke. Blah, blah, blah. But like I said, if Mel is a millionaire, then why did she file bankruptcy? Didn't Martell say she filed bankrupt?
They both filed bankruptcy.
Thank you. So how did she? Heck, she somebody frauding somebody, huh?
Yeah, and you cannot file bankruptcy if you are a millionaire.
And
If you
after
have
7 years,
money in the
right?
bank,
After 7 years. After
right?
seven
You,
years, go
in
ahead.
order to file bankruptcy, you have to prove that you cannot afford your debt.
Mhm.
So they both filed bankruptcy.
Mhm.
No, she is probably a millionaire, like Linda said, Melody, but her wealth is not as, let's say, she's not a millionaire on Stormy scale. And for some ungodly reason, Melody's fans
Yeah.
don't believe it. They don't want to believe it, but it's okay. Stormy knows who has the most money. Yeah.
But this
Yep,
is what
it's
I'm saying.
okay.
If Mel had filed bankruptcy within the 7 years of filing, her creditors can come after her if she's a millionaire now, if the 7 years have not passed, right?
You know what?
With
I'm not that
in
sure about the
between in
bankruptcy
between those
policy.
I think so, in between those 7 years, and if she came a
Oh,
hold of some money, the creditors can come back and get that money. I guess it all depends of what chapter she had filed, but still of
yeah.
all, they shouldn't be talking too loud, because trust me, we already know the when it came to Tasha K, the IRS are set on the scene in a minute, right?
Right. The IRS can come at you at any time. I didn't know. I thought after
Absolutely.
you file bankruptcy, your creditors can no longer come after you.
Well, it all depends what
Oh,
chapter. It got chapter
okay.
17, which I know, and chapter 14. Now I don't know which one where, within the 7 years you can pay it off, and where you can
Okay.
get yourself out of bankruptcy. Now I don't know which one it is, 17 or 14, but I think it is a clause in there. But Linda said if male fans order the way they say they order, she should have asset well over 40 millions as well. But the last I checked, she worth 5 million. And then Mel is doing all that stuff in her basement, right?
Absolutely. I
And
mean,
Debbie says, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
her fans said that she has over 600,000 millimeter fans. I heard
Hmm.
one of her CC blogger fans state that. And I said to myself, well, why is she still in the basement? If she had 600,000 millimeters ordering for her, she wouldn't be able. I mean, the material, the boxes, the containers. She wouldn't be able to, fill those orders in the basement. She would have to have some type of space,
Mm-hmm.
office space, or a warehouse in order to process 600,000 fans' orders. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it's in the hundreds. It may be 1,000 or so people that order from her, but it's nowhere, to me, in my opinion, it's nowhere where her fans think it is, the amount of orders that she get, because she's still in that basement filling
Mm-hmm.
those orders by herself.
Absolutely. And this is what Debbie said. I guess she don't think that I know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to business. Okay.
Okay.
So quite obvious she must be new to this channel. But she said Mel filed business bankruptcy. There is a difference in personal and business bankruptcy. If Mel is filing business, if she have business, the business, those collectors still can come after her, not
After her personal account.
not
Yeah.
her personal stuff because she's protected under LLC. But if she filed bankruptcy with her business and she still have creditors that she haven't paid under her business account, she's not protected with that LLC. The LLC is only protected with her business, her personal business. So miss me with that, ma'am. Okay. That's why I use paycheck. I don't have to go through all that. Okay. All my W-2 forms, I could sit right in the comfort of my home because I don't have to do nothing but just sign my checks. Uh, Bertha Raymond said Abraham had another woman given to him by Sarah Haggai. I am that. I am granted to Haggai exactly what he granted to Sarah because they both gave Abraham a son. Abraham actually record a double portion. Absolutely. Abraham was married to, Abraham had many wives. It wasn't just Haggai. It's just that Sarah picked that concubine, because Sarah thought that, she was barren where, she couldn't have no child. So when Abraham, had went in with Haggai, the concubine, she conceived a child, Ishmael. And that's what I truly believe why the two countries are fighting today, Israel and Arabs, because Ishmael was a Muslim, but that's another story for another day. But that is true, Bertha. Nicole say, "Hey, Lady D and Logical." Oh, she's in. And
Hello,
chat, I
Nicole.
got some tea for you guys. Those crazy gas meters called the hotel where Tisha is holding the expo to see if it is real, and the content creator did it on her live. Girl, let me go ahead and let you up. Yes, indeed. You see how these people need some help.
Yeah,
Lord, these are your people.
they
Oh
are
my God.
crazy.
They are girl, these people. And what they need to do, Lodge, they need to go ahead and stop it because every time when they dig those ditches, it always backfire, right, Lodge?
Okay, I can hear you now.
I say every time when these overzealous fans of melodies dig ditches, it always backfires.
Yes. It just shows how mean spirited they are, that they are constantly picking with Tisha and Marcel. I hate the word jealousy. I hate the word
No, no,
jealous.
use it because that's what it is. Jealousy is
Yeah,
the green eye monster.
yeah,
Jealousy will keep their eyes on their prey until they take it out. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Jealousy is a green eye monster. It's crueler than a grave. And this is exactly what we see. We seen a bunch of jealous people.
Wow. That is
Hey,
really.
my girl Nicole, how are you doing? Do tell, girl.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, good evening, Miss Logical. Good evening, Miss Lady D. How are you
Hey,
guys
girl.
doing?
Fine,
Doing
and you?
great.
I'm
Yeah, we've been
great.
missing you, girl.
I've been missing you too. Sometimes I'm in the bushes, because I'm cooking or I'm at work. I work either second or third shift, so I
Okay.
try to listen, catch the show, and just come in and greet you guys. Well, my daughter, called me. She said, "Mom," I said, "What?" She's not a millimeter, but she's like all over the place. So she said, "Can you turn it on BT's live?" And I said, okay. And she said, just push back, like, 15 minutes back. because she said, you're not going to believe it until you hear it yourself.
Mhm.
Why did they have that elderly lady call the Hyatt to see if the expo was going to be there? The lady said they did come over here to look, but it was too small. So call the Grand Hyatt. Why that lady called the Grand Hyatt to verify that the expo is going to actually be held there? And
That's
it's not allegedly. You can go on the live and listen to it. It's a live call. Those people are insane.
wow.
Wow, that is crazy.
And,
That
and
must
I
be
really don't like the
the
name other
older lady,
channers,
black tie
Yes,
tie.
ma'am. I apologize.
but that's all
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
What's the name? What's the channel?
It's.
Give
I'll
me
say it.
initials.
It's
Give me
okay.
initials.
Okay. Yeah, it's off the chain. It's just I can't believe they did that. You
That
know,
is
No,
like
what's
the
the
crazy.
channel?
hate.
Give me the initials of the channel.
Yes, ma'am. I'm typing it. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Yes, it's on the live call. It's about 40 minutes in. And I
Hmm.
don't usually like talking about my elders like that, but somebody is putting them up to that, and I think it's the head gas meter that makes them do that, and they go back and report to her.
Well, and she should know better because this lady went round Stormy's business, and then they
Hmm.
were sitting there saying, "Oh, she's an old lady. She does not know." This woman knows better.
Exactly.
And if I'm
And with that,
mistaken,
yes,
then
ma'am.
Maurice called her out. When
Yeah, because she ran his criminal background check, and which
wow,
you're not supposed to use. Everything is public information, but you guys are really smart. You know you're not supposed to use that for malicious intent or to harass or stalk someone, right? She read
Right.
his whole criminal background to everybody,
Wow, that is
wow.
allegedly, and it
crazy.
wasn't even him. I don't even believe it was him because
Oh
he wouldn't be
yeah,
able to practice law with a drug conviction.
right. I remember
Wow.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Those people are crazy. They
Yes, they
it's
Yes,
it,
they are.
are.
Yeah, it was
and why they have
another.
so much hate for the Scots, I don't know.
Yeah, we've
You
been
know,
trying to figure it out.
I
What is it?
Because they, like I
exactly,
say, these people look at these people as they life. They got to be some miserable people. You got to be
exactly.
very miserable to
Yes,
sit
ma'am.
there and go out and try to sabotage other people's business. And you know,
Exactly.
logical when it's stuff like that, I take it personal.
I know.
I take
Yeah,
it
me
very
too.
personal. And when it
Me
comes
too.
to sabotaging, especially black businesses,
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
horrible to me. And the
yeah.
that is
way
very
Mel tried to
horrible.
say she didn't see when all those people were going for Stormy's business like that,
Oh,
that
come
broke my
on.
heart.
Yes, it
You
did. It
know.
But
broke. Well, it really hit
it
home with
did.
me because of all the stuff that I've been through with my home health. So I know how
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is.
Right.
Right,
He knew
right,
she was lying.
exactly.
That was a huge lie. She knew that those people were coming for Stormy and Stormy's business.
Right, exactly. Well, if you're in the basement making so much money packing your own orders, the orders would be so excessive to where you have people that are reordering and new orders. You wouldn't have room to pack any orders in your house if you were
Right.
getting that much revenue. You wouldn't have any room to pack all those orders. You
Absolutely.
need extra employees to help if you were generating that kind of income, Miss Thomas.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
That's fact.
Thank
Period.
you. And that's
Yes,
like I
ma'am.
say, we're gonna talk the truth. We can't sugarcoat. But girl, finish telling me what they are doing to Keisha. Like I say, every time when you dig a
Yeah,
hole for somebody, you gonna fall in
Wow.
it
That is
yourself.
crazy.
yeah. What they did was first they were calling them scammers,
Yeah.
which really made me mad. So they were like all on all the different channels. They were like, "Oh, they're collecting money and they don't even know where the event is." I'm like, "Why would they put out?" Okay, let me take you to the beginning. First, yesterday they were saying that the gentleman that they were supposed to collaborate with,
Yeah.
Marceau and Tisha decided they didn't want to collaborate with Jasmine and her husband, right?
Right. Right.
And so they put out these statements where on Instagram or whatever, they were going back and forth about, he was like, Marcel, you could have called me and told me you didn't want to collaborate with us. And I'm like, that's their choice. Now, where I live, and I'm sure where you ladies live, they hold expos all the time.
All the
They were
time.
Mm-hmm.
trying to accuse the Scots of copying from them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I
I'm
saw
like,
that.
you can. In Dallas, they're holding a soul food expo. They're holding
Yeah.
a fan Dallas fan expo where their celebrities come. You can take pictures, meet and greet. They're holding a bridal expo. This is just within the next couple weeks. You cannot copy an expo from anybody. Expos are held all the time. So
All
Yeah,
then
the
they went
time.
from that to say, oh, they're trying to scam people by collecting money for the expo, but they're not really going to hold the event. So all the content creators decided to put Miss Black Titanic or Miss BT up to call because they figure, okay, she's elderly, she'll get some sympathy. So Miss Black Titanic excuse me, BT had the nerve to say, well, I'm going to go and travel to the agent. I'm going to travel down there, and I want to make sure that I know specifically where the event's being held. So the lady said at the Hyatt, well, they did look over here, but it's too small, so we sent them to the Grand Hyatt. So she called the Grand Hyatt to verify that the expo was being held there.
wow.
Wow.
Just
They
like
have nothing
Bertha
better to
said,
do.
look what Bertha said, let the lawsuits begin. I will start suing because
Me
first of
too.
all, this is enough. Marcel and Tisha said their plans is to franchise the Black Expo experience. That's enough
Right.
revenue in the work to pull lawyers on board, protect their brand.
Right.
Absolutely. And you're going to protect your brand because
Yeah.
these
Exactly.
people are taking it so personal. And the thing about it is our people.
Exactly.
My God,
That's what I
wolves in
find
sheep
awful.
clothing. That's
Exactly.
That's
horrible.
sad. Very
And I
sad.
That's
wouldn't want to
horrible.
collaborate with another couple and split that money either. So they're
Right.
very smart. But the other couple went out and tried to say that the Scots were copying their idea. You can't copy an expo.
No.
Expos are
No.
held all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
I
And
mean, you can go online and type expo near me, and there's probably if you live in any major city, they're going to be holding expos from
yeah.
now until the end of the year.
My
Yep.
friend does it all the time. All the time. She
Hmm.
she gets all the black entrepreneurs together and promote
Right.
their business and stuff like that all the time.
All the
I
time.
might
Yes,
get I
ma'am.
might get on the show so she can talk about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I saw
So
that mess.
that is horrible.
I saw
It
that
is.
mess and I was wondering, these people are supposed to be friends. If Marceau and Tisha wanted to present their own Black Expo, what's the
Right.
problem? Because this guy and his wife Jasmine can present their own expo.
Right.
Why should
Absolutely.
Marceau and Tisha have to include them in on
Right.
their expo? It makes no sense.
And
Wow.
they may
No.
have decided at the last minute that that couple wasn't
Right,
willing to contribute anything, so they didn't want to collaborate with them. We don't
right.
know
You don't
the
have to
background,
collaborate with
and we don't
people.
have to know. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But for them to actually sit there, y'all have to listen. It's actually live, and she called on a live to
Yeah.
do it.
Wow, that's a lawsuit. Something must be wrong with this lady if she's doing all
Man,
that,
I'm
huh?
telling you, they need to start striking channels, and
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
even if they know these people don't have anything, suing for defamation of character because things are public record, but you're not supposed to use public information. It says that on the sites. You're
Yeah.
not supposed to use public information to
No.
harass, stalk, or you know basically intimidate or use it for malicious intent. And this is what these people are doing,
Absolutely.
Wow.
They've
Wow.
been
I'm
doing
surprised
trying
this
she
to
since
still have a channel.
sabotage.
I'm
they've
surprised
been
she still
doing
have a
this since
channel
the
after what
show
she
Me
did this
too.
started.
morning.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she still has it as well. Because these people are getting, I mean, it's beyond fanatic. I mean,
Mhm.
it's beyond fanatic.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I believe people are getting paid. Because, see,
Yeah,
what I
that's
I
heard,
what I
do
was
Miss
just
Logical
too.
and Miss
about to
Lady
say that.
D, is that the gas meter, the head gas meter has a private Patreon.
Okay, I heard
And
Mhm.
that too.
yeah, and she instructs them to activate and where to kind of, sabotage or
Yeah.
spy on
Yeah, we
people.
still gonna
Right.
say allegedly. We still gonna say
And
allegedly here.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Allegedly do these things, to
Mhm.
try to sabotage, it seems
Yeah.
like the other castmates
Yeah, I
and
Wow.
heard that
whatever
too.
businesses they have going on.
Yeah, well, they basically say that she communicates with them. She tells them what
Mm,
to do.
mm, mm.
Uh,
To me, it sounds like a cult-like
It
behavior.
is. That's what it sounds like
yeah, it
to me.
is. Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. And to me, Tisha is so classy. I've never heard her do one live Instagram or anything instructing her fans to go out
Mhm.
and try to
Never.
even go against these people.
Right.
Wow.
Miss Wanda did a live last night, I believe, last night or the night before. And she read the blogger that was talking about her,
Yeah.
and she
Hold on one
addressed
second. Hold on one second. Hold your thought. Yes, country girl, go ahead. She say, Lady D cannot block this person. Go ahead and block her. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like I say, we look,
I
we in
agree.
here. Look, we ain't got time for this. This is grown.
no,
We don't know these people from a can of paint. And I promise
no.
God, if one of those people, Melody, or see you guys on the street on fire, most likely she would pee on your tail to put it
Not
out.
at all. Not at
Absolutely.
all.
Go
She's so
ahead.
self-serving.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
they went. I don't know why, and it just hurts me. It makes me so angry why they try to do Tisha like this and the Scots. Like it just really burns me up. Because
Jealousy.
I'm like, this makes no sense to try to, talk about how much you care about Black people and about, how to care about Chris's daughter and what Chris's daughter said. But on the flip side, you're going to go ahead and try to scam, allege that these people are scamming people and then call to check behind them like there's some kind of kids or something.
Wow.
My
It's
Are
wow.
you the
sad.
police?
It's really sad. If you
It
got,
Wow.
is.
I mean, I don't want to call her name. The superstar is supposed to be a talented woman, a businesswoman, an
Mhm.
Right.
effective woman. But if you got to have a whole crew of people dogging out your competition, baby,
Right.
how talented are you?
Can't be.
Exactly.
You can't
You
be.
can't be.
How
Exactly.
talented are you if you have to have
Right.
all these people jumping on and dogging out your competition, your uh, castmates, your
Exactly.
ex-husband, the fans
Yeah.
of the show that don't align with you, baby? How talented are you?
That's
And
it.
how
And
many scammers are they supposed to be? If you get extended a $1.3 million credit line of credit, how can you be a scammer?
thank
How can
you.
you how can
Absolutely.
your credit be bad?
Well, I
Wow.
mean, we know it's all fake and a mess, but a lot of the
Right.
fans don't. A lot of the fans, I don't want to call them illiterate or
Right.
Mhm.
uninformed. I'll call them uninformed. They
Mhm.
believe everything that
Everything she
these content
says.
creators tell them.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
You know,
Because if their credit was that bad and they were so much
right,
scammers, if the Scots were much scammers, they released themselves that they just
right,
got a $1.3 million business loan. So their
Wow.
credit can't be that bad, and they've never filed bankruptcy. Other
right.
Mm-mm.
people, other superstars have filed bankruptcy. She
That's
Absolutely,
said
it.
it to Marceau
That's
absolutely.
it.
And we
at the
all
table
know,
that time.
we all
I
know that
filed bankruptcy too.
Amazon is a huge cooperation, a
Right.
multi-billionaire cooperation
Yes, ma'am.
that's funding this Black Expo, empower in working with Tisha and Marcel.
Yes, they are.
Amazon don't mess with scammers,
No.
My God.
you
No,
No,
know.
and
not
they
at
tried to
all.
call them too because she on if when you watch the live, she's gonna be
Mhm.
like, I don't recall um Amazon sponsor anything. Mel said they didn't have any sponsors for their last expo. Why are you okay? That might be something that they decided to do this time.
Right,
Why are they? I mean, like they have nothing better to do but to dig in these people's private lives, and they need to be
Mhm.
stopped. I wish I don't know how to get on Instagram. I'm gonna ask my kids. I wish I could DM Tisha because she's such a lady to say,
yeah,
Mhm.
look, you need to start getting on these fans, man, for getting your business and not
Mhm.
even just verbally. I wouldn't say anything. I would just start striking channels and filing
Absolutely.
lawsuits. I wouldn't even
That's
say
it.
anything. She's
That's it.
very smart, but I would start actively trying to stop these people because this is getting ridiculous.
Absolutely.
well, I
That's
know
like
one thing.
go ahead.
Amazon is a billionaire corporation.
Yeah, they
They
Yes.
are
are.
not the ones for these people to play with.
Not at
Absolutely.
all.
Miss BT, do not mess with Amazon,
Right.
Mhm.
please.
Exactly.
Have
Because
some
Exactly.
sense.
Amazon, teaching them could go after her and Amazon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but Amazon got
Wow.
Yes.
money to burn, honey.
They sure do.
Absolutely.
Okay, they are not the ones to play with. Leave them
Not at
alone.
all.
Absolutely. And their
Yeah,
money
Not
is
at all.
long. And that's why I'm so glad that Miss Nell Fletcher didn't come out and entertain all that mess that's going
Me
on right
too.
now. I was saying, oh, please don't let Nell and her husband address all this right here because all
Right.
that is doing is putting fuel to the fire.
It is.
Well,
But
It
this
Neil,
is the
really
only
is.
show. This is the only show that I know where the fans is taking it to an all-time low.
For
That is
real,
right,
Lady
awesome.
yeah,
D. I've never seen anything like it.
me
Yes.
either.
I mean, not even the soap opera stars, not to
Right,
Love and Hip Hop, not to the other Love and Marriage franchises. I mean, this is getting ridiculous.
yeah.
And well, they're actually trying to start doing it to the DC cast, where they're trying to find out who really does what, who's really promoting the product, what they do, but they're really a little more low key about it. But
Hmm.
they're so into Love and Marriage Huntsville, and the season is over, and they're still digging these people's business.
Wow.
They
Wow.
just put out, I think the day before yesterday, that Stormy had another lawsuit against, or alleged, well,
Yeah,
it's
they put
actually
that out
been,
too.
yeah. Why
Yeah.
do we need to know that? She paid it.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
I tell you,
You
it's
know
just
what
the
Wow.
caliber of people to me. Now,
Yeah,
we support Tisha Marceau. I support the whole entire
me
cast
too.
besides the
Mhm.
superstar.
Right, exactly. I
But
don't support her.
it's caliber of the fans, and actually, they are to me a shining image of her.
I agree.
Absolutely.
All your
You
fans
know?
are a reflection of you. If you
Yeah.
Yeah.
look at different people who they like, they kind of all,
Right.
have the same ideals. You see what I'm saying? And her fans are just, you know, go a little too hard and a very
Yeah.
extra.
Bottom of
Mhm.
the barrel.
And
Bottom
the
of the
thing about
barrel.
Exactly.
it is they quick to sit there and say, that Mel, she's the victim and Mel, she's getting a bad
Right.
rep and everybody's jealous of Mel. But you guys are the only ones that's making up all these stories because you don't see
Right.
too many content creators, talking about the skies. So everybody's
Mm-mm.
talking about Mel and them. So how in the heck that
Right.
you can sit there and say that Mel is the victim? If anything, you guys are just acting so vicious, but I truly believe that somebody is got to be getting
Paying them.
paid under the
Yeah.
That's
table
what I
in
said.
I
order for
believe
Because
it
them to
they
too.
keep
talk too much about it.
I
pushing this
believe it too.
narrative. Somebody got to be getting
Yeah,
paid.
I do.
Every day you're constantly talking, dragging,
Mhm.
Mr. Holt. Every day you're constantly dragging the Scots
Yeah.
and digging up their business and putting it out. But I remember when the show first came out, if y'all remember the end of season one or the beginning of season two,
Hmm.
when Tisha was arguing with Mel. Well, Mel started it and they were at some kind of girls' retreat with that lady named Ima.
I remember.
And Tisha, yeah, and Tisha said, "You're the one." She told Mel that was calling blogs, showing our house and giving them information on us.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
she said that you're the one. That's when they went on live with another young lady that Mel was trying to, spread around town that was supposedly cheating with Marceau. And the hairdresser, Miss Alonda, got online and stated, "I'm not that type of person. I would never deal with somebody's husband." But allegedly, Tisha said this was on not this reunion, but the reunion before, that she was on the phone with Carlos and Mel trying to get the young lady to come on to say
Mhm.
that she cheated with Marcel. Now,
Yep.
how
Yeah.
occupied can you be trying to destroy someone else's family life, whole family,
Yeah.
and you have so much dislike for this person that you would pay somebody to come on and lie?
And that's why I was so upset.
Absolutely.
You remember when they
It's
all was in
ridiculous.
Texas? I was so upset when they all was in Texas. And you remember
Mhm.
when Tisha and Melody was talking and then they hugged afterwards?
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
was so
remember
upset
So
that.
because I
phony.
said, this woman, she went to hell and back to try to destroy your marriage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give her
Right.
no grace. If I can
Nothing.
forgive her, but
None.
I'm not going to let this snake close to me
But
to
Tisha's
bite
a
me.
sweet person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
I
think
would,
she
you
was
can't be
already
that sweet,
upset
to
because
let
you
somebody
had
come that
Kiki
close.
jealous. You had everybody coming at her. And I mean,
Mhm.
it just hurt me. If anybody's been victimized on that show, it's been Tisha, in my opinion. Bless you.
Absolutely. I look at it as
Bless
well,
you.
yeah. But I wouldn't if I was them, Mel did too much and she
She
got
did.
away with a lot. So no way in the world that, I will film with Mel season 7. Just do their own thing because Mel
Right.
had all the opportunities to put that show back on track, but she made it
She
about her
did.
personal business.
She
So
did.
now
Yeah.
that the ball where they trying to, do what they supposed to do, then let Mel film by herself. She says she want to
Exactly.
be on the island by herself, and just her and Carlos King, let them float away. Just like we was talking,
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
say, if I was the Scots, hey, let them have that show for themselves, and I would try to see if I can get a contract with Bravo.
I would, or a spinoff,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
at this point, when I saw this evening, first, I'm like, okay, I know I can be a little judgmental. But when I saw this evening, I'm like, I don't know what they have against this woman or what's motivating these people
Jealousy.
to take
Jealousy.
time out of their personal lives to do this and that there's money involved. That's just
Yeah.
what
I
because
agree.
I mean, she already said, like I said, not this reunion, but the last
Mhm.
reunion when she was looking like some out of aliens, that
Mhm.
Tisha said, you tried to pay someone to come on to say that they were cheating with my husband. And Carlos was like, I don't recall. And Mel said, you
Yep.
were on the phone with me, Carlos, and it wasn't enough money. And that's the only reason why she didn't come on in line.
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember that.
And look like
So,
Carlos looked like he just was lost for words after that, because she didn't think
right.
that Melody was going to go ahead and call him out.
Exactly.
Right.
But what would stop her from paying bloggers to spin a narrative? If she was
Yeah,
willing to pay
Absolutely.
somebody they knew, what would stop her from paying bloggers, especially that time when she said she was going to fly some bloggers out and give them the real story? Her and
yeah,
Bondi
Yeah.
Blue were real cool. But I'm going to tell y'all something I've observed. And I'm going to ask you guys if you've seen the same thing. Have you realized that a lot of the older bloggers in the game, like your Bondi Blues, Jamie, that's me, different ones, Sherelle, they're only covering celebrity news now. They don't really touch a lot of reality
yeah,
shows
Yeah,
because
we've
the
been
yeah,
fans are
talking
so
about that.
crazy.
Yes, we've been
yeah.
talking about that, and they don't want to mess
Hmm.
with it because they know how crazy the fans are. It's not
Right.
even worth it.
A lot of
It's
them
Mm-mm.
say they are not going to cover the show for season 7. They're
Yeah,
done with it after this season.
yeah.
A
They
lot of them
brought it.
say
Right.
They
that.
brought it to an all-time low, and they have
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
nobody to
people are
blame but
crazy.
themselves because they got
Right.
too invested in these people's personal business.
They
yeah.
really did.
I was
Pulling up people's credit.
giving
So
you a
what you
little
think
taste.
about Carlos King? Carlos King, he can sit there and he can stop it right in any minute, but it's like he's egging it on when he went down to Huntsville. So why is
Mhm.
Carlos King so invested in other reality shows? Bravo. He's so fixated on.
You know what I think, honestly, and I'm just gonna be
Mhm.
cold, like logical on you. I think Carlos is sick of on
You
because
think
on
so?
February 15th, Miss Marcella
Mhm.
said that he's got a new program coming on We TV called Bad and Bougie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I really feel like at this point, he's just tired of OWN. He's tired of dealing with the cast members. And I think he had his fill. He moved from Bravo. And then from Bravo, so, they claimed something happened over there. He came to OWN. And I feel like from OWN, he's going to We TV. And eventually, I think Carlos will try to save up enough money and maybe start his own network. I don't know. But I
Mhm.
know that it seems like he feels like his journey with OWN is over, or
Mhm.
he might, just in case OWN does decide that they don't want to recycle the show. The man ain't dumb. He just said, okay, if Love and Marriage Huntsville is canceled after this season, then I'll still have work over there at WeTV.
Mhm.
I
So
agree.
why you think he's so close, trying to just hold on to Mel, and Mel is like helping him sink, because
You know what
Mel,
I
and,
think?
and I'm not being jealous, I'm being honest.
No,
Mel
you're
really
being
does not
honest. I'm gonna
have
tell you what I
she
think.
really, hold on 1 second. Mel really does not have anything to offer,
Not
Go
at
ahead.
all. And I'm
No.
gonna tell you what I think. Now, if y'all remember when Miss Van was last on the show, and I forgot, I think they had interviewed with a blogger, the one that typically does the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. She's kind of like a lighter, heavy set lady with the curly hair. I forgot her name.
Mm.
Well, Miss Van was saying that she barely filmed, right? And
Mhm.
that after they let these other Scott brother, I think his name is Mr. Mark, when they let him on, Miss Van didn't know about it. And so she called the network. And when
Oh,
she
she did.
contacted the network, she talked to the head producer that promised that they weren't going to let him on. And then they did, right? I
Mhm.
think that her and her mother went over Carlos's head and spoke with the network or a network head, talking
Yeah.
about how miserable she was. And I think that they tried to placate her by saying, we'll make some changes. and maybe Melody threatened to sue the network
Mhm.
Yeah,
for how persecuted she felt.
yeah. Mark was spilling all the information about him and her
Now,
mom.
who is Mark? Mark is
Mark is a
Maurice's
Scott.
brother.
He's
Yeah,
I think
it's
he's the
Maurice's brother.
oldest brother. Mark
Okay,
is
Yeah.
yeah, I
the
remember
oldest.
that. Mhm.
And he
Hmm.
was speaking on his friendship, relationship, situationship, how whatever you want to call it, with Vanessa. And
Mhm.
Right.
I guess she was embarrassed because he is a much younger man, and
Okay.
everything that he
Hmm.
was saying, she didn't want out.
Mhm.
But they all
Hmm.
knew about the friendship, relationship, situationship between her mom and Mark Scott. But they did
Hmm.
manage to get him off the show and silence him. And I
Mhm.
believe that Melody did take him to court to get a gag order because he was telling all the business,
Right.
Wow.
all of Miss Van's business, which, she puts up this, Christian front of
Hmm.
being such a holier than thou person,
Right.
but you really getting busted down by one of the brothers, which is,
And then the thing about it, they
Hmm.
say she drove for the
yeah,
D.
miles to go
Right.
see
She
him, paid
Yeah.
drove
his
for it.
child
Bro.
She didn't
support.
wait
Right.
it. Miss Van didn't wait it until a man come see her. That's what
Mm-mm.
He
ladies
went to
like
the man.
Christian like
Right.
do. But she went
And
to him.
Tisha said that. She
Miss
said
Van must
at
was
one
really
point,
horny, huh?
yeah, she said at one point, I thought Miss Mann was trying to be an honorary Scot.
Yeah,
I thought she was
Hmm.
I thought she was a saint.
right.
No,
But no, not
but
the case.
they went to the network. That's when Miss Mann admitted that she had spoken with someone at a head person at the
Yeah,
network,
yeah.
and they promised her, they assured her that he wouldn't be on the show, which told
Wow.
me that is as venomous and as vengeful as Melody is, I wouldn't be surprised if she had gone over to Carlos's head and
Oh
spoke with the
yeah.
heads of the network about how persecuted she felt and how all the cast was coming at her. So maybe Carlos was like, you know what? I'm getting tired of this. I'm not going to let somebody that's not even an EP or my boss control the way I produce my shows. And I think Carlos
Mhm.
started looking elsewhere. So he
Yeah.
got on
Wow.
at We TV, got a new show coming out next week.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. On We TV?
Yeah, it's called Bad and Bougie. I
Oh,
Miss
okay.
Marcella was promoting it, and so that's when it kind of confirmed to me that just in case either the show didn't get renewed or they let him go for whatever reason, that he had
Mhm.
other work and another program
Yeah.
in rotation.
That he could take his
Mhm.
shows to. I really think
Hmm.
I go along with you, Nicole. I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
Carlos is tired of the two of the main cast members, not
I
the
do
Scott,
too.
So if
not the
he's
Right.
Scott.
tired of him, why did he go down and make himself look like what? Because to me that was being biased. Why would he
I
go
think
down to Huntsville and crown her and say all the stuff that he was saying unless he was trying to bring Mel with him? But if you're gonna bring Mel with, what do Mel have to offer? Because like I said, if I was Martell, I would get a cease and desist letter, where she cannot even utter my name.
Nicole, are you there?
Sound like she dropped. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I will get her for defamation. She could never utter my name.
Yeah.
That's
I
how I
agree
will
with
look at
Donna.
it.
showed up for
I
work
really
one
Yeah,
agree.
day
Donna
and
said
she
they
had
say she's
removed
fake.
name from the
You're
basics.
right.
Can you
You're right.
imagine taking all your tools and stuff and your blueprint to go to work and then you find out that your name's been removed from the business license that particular day? You don't even give me any notice. Then you say he needs to go from love and marriage hospital. So how's he supposed to take care of his kids?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I guess get child
I just
support
think
from
it's
her.
evil. Yeah,
I
I
guess
guess
that's what
so.
they
It's
want.
evil. It's
Right.
just so evil. Or like another one, I'm gonna tell you that bothered me, Miss Lady D and Miss Logical. That really bothered me was when she was on the season finale and she said, "Yeah, just like I have to send food over to your house when you have your kids."
That was
Okay,
so
what kind of
ignorant.
mother are you to let your kids go somewhere where you don't think food is being provided for? Number one, and number two, if my kids, when they were, minors, when they were at their dad's house, my ex-husband didn't buy sweets. So they would
Mhm.
call me all the time and I would
Right,
order stuff
right.
from Amazon Fresh. But if I thought that my ex husband wouldn't feed them, I wouldn't let my kids go. So
Mm-hmm.
she made herself look bad when she
Right.
stated
Absolutely.
that she had to send food over there. What kind of mother would let their kids go somewhere where they had to send food? What would happen when all the food was eaten up and they
Mhm.
couldn't call you? If there's any chance that your kids would be hungry, why would you send your kids there? And I knew she
Right.
Mhm.
was lying because she didn't tell the courts that.
And
Right.
also, Martell already talked about it. Martell said when he come home from work, he got to cook, he got to clean, he got to bathe the
Yep,
kids. So,
he
like I
did
said,
say that.
now you want to play the mother role because the kid's not
Right,
in the home anymore? Come on, make it make sense.
exactly.
I thought
Or
it was
that
just
time
like
y'all were saying
Hey,
how she said that.
stars in the house. Say hey, everybody.
hey
Hey,
Star.
So, guys, y'all just coming in, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. I can't sit there and watch somebody's stuff and, not go ahead and, support the channel. If you watch
exactly.
it, that's like stealing,
It
right?
is. But I
You
just want to
listening
tell
to
you
somebody
guys, man,
and can't hit like and,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna,
that lady is,
you won't
she's
get,
very,
you
very
ain't gonna
dark
lose
soul.
nothing.
Oh yes.
You're not gonna lose
Very
not
much
one
so.
thing.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
proven to me when she brought her personal married life to the show. That proved to me that she had a dark heart,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
it
to
did.
just continue to dog out the father of your children.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That proved it to me.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You're
she didn't
lower
have
than
to do
low
that.
in the
She
scum of the earth.
Yeah, but
That's
she
all I'm
didn't have
saying.
to do that. Melody
No.
did not have to put knowing her life was toxic, and she made it
Right.
all about herself. Everything that she
Exactly.
accused Martell of, she ended up doing it
She did it.
herself. She
Exactly.
did
Absolutely.
it herself.
Well, she did it for
Exactly.
money. She did it
Yep.
for
Yeah.
money.
She
Sold
sold
her
she
family
and
life out.
yeah,
Yeah.
for payola,
Yeah.
It's sad when you're gonna sell, your family, you got to sacrifice something. But
Right.
when you come
Exactly.
in on stuff like this, it's something that you got to sacrifice. And what did she do? And like I said, guys, to us, this is entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you're a free game.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
Exactly.
you going to sacrifice something. And that's why I'm so glad that Martell was the bigger person. They could say whatever they want to say about Martell, but Martell was
Hmm.
the bigger person where he took his children off that show because he probably say, look, you're not going to sit there and bank off of my children again and
Right.
got all these overzealous fans all
Right.
up in my children's business. And those kids got to go to school
Exactly.
and see all this stuff.
Exactly.
And
And
they
I'm sure they
cannot
hear things.
they cannot be filmed unless he signs for them to film. He's the
Both parents
biological
have to
father.
agree. When
Both
it's
parents.
joint
Correct.
custody, both parents have to agree. If one
Yeah.
parent says no, then the answer is no. I used to
Mhm,
get so sick of repeating that, especially to my son. As
Right.
you know, the court said both of us we were still married, but we were legally separated, so we wouldn't incur each other's debt primarily. But when
mhm,
we did do the legal separation, the judge did state with joint custody in Texas, if you're married, it's automatically joint custody. So if
mhm,
one parent said no, then the answer was no. So we both had to come to an agreement on everything from the doctor, what
Yeah.
school they went to, what time the curfew was. And
Yep.
so if one parent said no, then the answer was no. The
Yep.
judge clearly outlined that in the legal separation paperwork. So
Yep.
when you try to do sole custody, you have to prove the other parent to be completely unfit. I knew she was sick when if he's fit enough for them to visit and to keep for a whole week, he's not getting supervised visitation. Why would you think you get sole custody?
Right. Her fans. I don't even believe she wants sole custody.
Me either,
Who?
honestly.
No, no, I don't
Melanie.
think
No.
no, indeed. How she's going to get full custody and she say that she have her bags packed by the door.
Right.
She,
Honey,
no in the world you're gonna be able to do stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
And when
them
she
kids
did
will
have
not
them,
be back
what
on that
Martell
show.
said, when she did have them, what did Martell say? She had
He
about
said she didn't have
20,
time for
20
the
some
kids.
different babysitters.
Right. And she didn't have time for the kids and him when she was
Hmm.
married. She was too busy
No,
trying to, get, mainstream. He took her to
Right.
American
yeah.
Idol. She, I don't know if she was trying to interview with the housewives at some point, and just different things. She was always trying to get into the mainstream. You
Right.
see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So she didn't really have a lot of time to, you know, I guess do the wife thing, the house thing,
Hmm.
or the domestic thing rather, because she was trying to get into the
On the
mainstream
fame.
media.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
so in that case, pretty much she had checked out.
Right.
Starbucks said, if you would like to support the channel, thank you, Star. Cash App, Real Talk 985. Thank you for your support. Yes, guys.
Thank
But
you. Thank you
this
for coming,
thank you
Miss
very much,
Boss.
Starbucks. But this is not, they just overboard with this. This is overkill.
Hmm.
So if the show is, go down, all Melody have to do is blame herself and the fans.
I agree. They ruined. We were saying that. My daughters and I were saying that this weekend, and
Mhm.
my best friend, the fans have really ruined the
Yeah.
entire premise of the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. I agree. They
And then they
ruined it
have the
for me.
audacity. They have the audacity to ask me, "What show do I watch?" I'm watching the same show you watching.
Watching the same show. But everybody has different perspectives and different viewpoints.
Right.
Everybody's not going to, and it's okay not to like or disagree with somebody who doesn't really care for her.
Right.
I'm not going to go to jail or be fined because I don't like her
Right.
Hmm.
and I don't like the way she conducts her business.
Right. I mean, I don't understand where they're coming from. We have a right to like or dislike, like you said, Nicole, who
Hmm.
we
Exactly. Yes,
choose.
ma'am.
Why
Exactly.
do they feel like she's entitled to the entire fan base? That's crazy.
Yes.
Exactly. I
And
agree.
why do they
I
think
agree.
that we got to sit there and we got the trauma bind with her for six whole
Thank you.
seasons?
That's what I said.
It's a
And
lot
also
about
the
her
tennis.
personality that I dislike. Why would I support something that I'm not I don't agree with the way she
Amen.
interacts with the
Yeah.
people.
And
No
I
just
doubt.
like
don't
one
agree
of
the
one
way
of
she manipulates her fan base. I
yeah,
can
and
never
Yes,
just like
she
support
one
does.
nobody like
you
her.
absolutely right. And just like one of the someone comment and say that we got to be a side chick because we side with stuff. No, we side with the truth.
No.
How long are you gonna
We've
Yeah,
sit there
all
and
been
wobble
married.
with
All
stuff?
three of us have been married for long
all three of us,
years. All
all
three of
three
us
of
have
us.
been married for years. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? So I'm not currently married anymore, but I was married for damn near 25 years. So, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I mean, to sit up here and say that, but I feel like when you try to destroy other businesses, when you try to take your fan base and you see how fanatic they're getting, you don't
yeah,
say, guys, y'all need to calm it down, and just
Yes.
support me. You don't have to, be
right.
negative to the other cast members. You never even release a statement like that. You tell them to go and call another blogger's job and not to support him.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh no, I could never
And
support
that
anybody
blogger
like
is
her.
suing Lady D. He's suing. And I
Yeah, he
hope he
is.
Wow.
wins. In fact,
Oh,
he
he
even
he
stated,
he is, because I know he said
Yeah,
he
he
was
yeah,
going to
is.
do it, but I didn't, because somebody had said that this blogger was going to serve her when she came down to Huntsville. So he
mhm,
served her over there, or he just
yeah.
went.
And you know what else he said, Lady D and Miss Logical? He told a young lady's mother that after all this, he felt like he was going to unalive himself. And the lady said it out her mouth. So it wasn't like he was making it up. She verified it. I said, I hope he hits her up with emotional distress as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
They
he
came
does.
at him so hard and he just couldn't take it anymore. He almost broke. So he
Yeah,
told them, he said next season, because he has a loyal fan base like you, Lady D, people that have been riding with him from the
yeah,
beginning. He said he's going to review it behind the wall. And when he does do his reviews, he makes it real short.
yeah. I'm
Hmm.
subscribed to him. I supported the
Mm-hmm.
channel. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
horrible.
I think he has a real good case.
I do
Mhm.
too.
Yeah,
So did
I
he
do
went
because
and
he got
served her?
recordings.
He served her already, or it's
Yeah, he
just
served her
like,
already. And
oh,
he
so
has
she have
recorded.
the so she have the subpoena.
Yeah, he served her
Wow.
already. He's got, and the thing is, he's got recordings of a lot of people that were giving him a lot of tea. And like I said, y'all not the paparazzi. Y'all don't go
yeah,
following these people around. It's not just one person. They call you guys and give you guys information, and they may send content creators receipts.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like when they showed a video of a cast member at Home Depot, there was another cast member that was verified that sent him, this particular blogger, the actual video. He didn't go looking
Mhm.
for that. He didn't know nothing about
Wow.
that. They sent
Wow.
him the receipt. When he went to one of the houses that Chris Fletcher was showing up, another former cast member,
Mhm.
he was told to go do that
Oh, so
because
he
he was
was? Because I
cool
thought
with
he
her.
just showed up. I thought he just showed up.
No, how did he find out that Chris Fletcher was showing the house when him
Because
and
I
the
remember
gas meter
Destiny
were
said that. Hold on. I remember when Destiny had said that she didn't invited him. He just showed up when
But
she
see,
was. She
how would
had
he
an open
even know
house.
about it? What happened was
Mhm.
when he was cool with the gas meter, she told him about it and he
Oh,
went.
Yeah. Yeah.
wow. And well, we still gonna say allegedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Wow.
ma'am. I'm sorry. Allegedly, that's how he found out when the house showing was. He wasn't looking for that.
Wow.
He knew
Wow.
the house was on the market. Then the only reason he knew that is because people that live in the area that subscribe to
Mhm.
his channel said they saw a for sale sign, right? He
Mhm.
went and verified that he reported it. But when the house was actually going to be shown, he found that out from allegedly, he found that out, or his source was the head gas meter who
Mhm.
told him when the house showing was. And that's when he went and filmed because
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
that time, her and the particular former cast member were back and forth with each other. That's
Yeah.
why when she saw the picture on his birthday last month with his new partner and her ex-friend and Martell at the Cheesecake Factory on his birthday, she said bet. Next thing you know, the warrant thing comes out.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep.
She's very vengeful and you can tell that she still loves him and she's still bitter because as soon as she saw him out with the kids, she was like, all right, bet. All the
Mhm.
millimeters were waiting to watch what
Yep.
she was gonna do.
Yeah.
Me and
Me,
Logical, did we say that logical? Logical and I already said that. We knew that was
yep,
gonna happen. Soon
Yeah.
the minute
exactly.
when we saw Ariane out with the kids and Destiny, we knew that
Yeah.
Melody was gonna pull that
Exactly.
stunt, and that's
Exactly.
and that's the reason why they kept showing the little tank,
Right.
Martell's son, because they know
Mhm.
how Martell feel with his son around those people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
then one of the bloggers went ahead and took uh Martell's son and put him in the middle
Yep.
of
I saw
Melody's
that.
brother and his husband.
Right. I
And
saw
that
that.
was just
I
to
saw
sit
that.
there and get to Martell. That was just to
Martell.
get to Martell. Those people,
Right.
I mean, these people are very vicious and
Vicious.
evil.
They
Yes,
are
That's
they are.
horrible.
treacherous.
But
Just
Yes,
treacherous.
yes.
if you listen to their stories,
Hold
a
on one
lot
second.
of them.
Hold on one second,
Okay,
Elijah.
dear. Okay.
Starbucks lovers, and this is absolutely true. Everything said on this channel is alleged and for entertainment purpose only. Go ahead, Lodge.
Yes. Ma'am.
I mean, a lot of them speak about their upbringing and
Mhm.
Hmm.
their history. And if you
Mhm.
listen to them, a lot of them are very damaged people. They were
You'll hear that
raised,
on this live. Y'all gonna listen to. You'll
huh?
hear that on this live
I'm
where they
listening
were
to.
actually
I'm
going
listening
live
to it.
describing their stories. They're
Yeah,
very sick people.
they are
Right.
very sick
Yes.
people. They are trauma
Mhm.
bonding. They had very bad upbringing. Some of them were former drug addicts.
Right.
Wow.
They are a lot
Mhm.
of them raised without
Mhm.
a mother, raised without
Right.
a lot of them raised without fathers. A
Right.
lot of them have been beaten by
Yeah.
their exes. They
Mhm.
are
Right.
a lot of hurt people.
And that's why
Right.
they latching on her like
Yeah,
that.
they
And
like
And
she
that's how she was
marketed
able
that.
and that's how she was able to grab Kiki
Yep.
because Kiki through all the stuff that Kiki went
right,
through.
Exactly.
right.
Yep, she knows she
Exactly.
takes the weak. She know how to take the weak and
Yeah, she knows
manipulate
how to
them. And
manipulate
like
the
I
weak.
said, all
Mhm.
this right
Yeah,
here is for purpose only, okay?
yeah. In my
That was her
opinion.
market. She
Yeah,
targeted people she knew would bond with her. That
right,
was her market. Yeah.
right. And it's millions of people like her. I
Right.
mean, like the fans of hers that are weak that she can prey on.
Mhm.
But look where
Yeah.
her dad is. I've never seen her dad around.
Mm-mm. I thought her dad had came, but Lodge said
No,
the dad
Mm-mm.
never
no,
came on that show. But
no.
Keisha's dad did, right? Keisha's
Oh
dad came on
yeah,
the show, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Keisha's daddy is in
And see,
her
that's what
life.
they
Mhm.
jealous. They jealous of that
Yeah.
because they can
Right.
talk about Miss Wanda, call her illiterate, and say all types of stuff
Right.
about Miss Wanda. But one thing about Miss Wanda, she got love. She knows
Yeah,
how to love.
Exactly.
She's
yeah.
not gonna sit
Exactly.
on a couch looking like she done swallowed a sour
Mm-mm.
lemon. She's not gonna do that. She
Exactly.
knows how to have fun, and that's what they jealous.
Yeah.
They jealous because Miss Wanda knows how to be the life of the party.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I
She's
And
got that
agree.
Melody started all
personality.
that mess. She wanted Miss Wanda all because Melody should have never went to Destiny's event knowing she didn't even care for Destiny that much. Went
I
straight to
know.
Miss
She
Wanda
went there to
because she wanted
clown.
Yep, she wanted Miss Wanda
Yeah,
Yeah,
off that show
she wanted the
right.
whole limelight focused on her, and that's
on
exactly what
her.
As
happened.
usual.
Yeah,
She
As
ruined that
usual. But she's
image
supposed
on
to be
purpose.
so classy, and you're not that kind of person, but you walk up to your elder like that,
mhm.
walk up on this lady and holler at her when you could have went behind the scenes and said, Miss Wanda, do you mind not addressing my child in any way?
And
And Miss
yep,
Wanda would have probably said, I didn't mean it that way. Okay, you know, and
Right.
it would have been done. But when you go, act like you're so above everyone and you have so much class and you're not that type of person, and then you go out and act just the opposite. A lot of things she does to me are just a big act, and all the
yep,
attention has got to be on her because
Yeah,
her father didn't give her any, so
yep.
absolutely.
she's an attention hog, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a attention seeker. But you saw how
absolutely.
Miss
Hmm.
Van looked at her. You remember when she was all in Miss Wanda's
Yeah,
face, and Miss
yeah,
Van looked at her. Most likely
she
Miss
sure
Van wanted
did.
to call her out
Right,
because
Yeah,
she
she
sure
knows that
did.
Melody was just doing that because the cameras was on her.
Exactly. Exactly. Miss
yeah.
Van looked like, oh Lord. Right. I saw her. She was over in the corner to the right. And then she walked up on Miss Wanda coming from Adani. And then she was like, she said, Wanda said, I wasn't talking about the child. I said, you need to go get your baby daddy. My memory is so good. And she was like, he's right here. He's right here. Right. I remember that.
Oh
And
yeah,
then her mom looked like, oh my God. Hmm.
Mhm.
I
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
remember that. It
I
was
think it's
horrible.
more to that story that's being told. I
Oh,
really do.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always thought that it's more to that story that's being told.
Right. I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. Because you never see her dad, you never hear her mention her dad. Her dad never comes on
no,
her lives. So that
no,
told me a lot,
yep,
from somebody that grew up around both parents, not necessarily same home. And it was not a very, my parents were always at each other. They were Mel and Martell, but they didn't do it publicly.
right.
Right.
Mhm.
So, when I knew that then, I'm like, you never see her dad come to her
Yep,
aid or even come on the show and try to, settle things between her and Martell. You never see him.
no,
In
not
fact,
at
Miss
all.
Van walked her down the aisle. She said
Yep.
on the show.
Wow.
I'm
She said,
I'm
when I was there,
wondering.
I walked her down the aisle,
Well, we know that her father does not publicly acknowledge her. I wonder if personally he calls her, acknowledges her, or tells her. I don't think he has anything to do with
Mm-mm,
her at all.
me either.
No,
You
I
never
don't
see
That's
think
him
why
on
so.
she's
live
so
or
mean. That's why she's so mean towards men.
men, right. You never see him at any events taking
Nope,
pictures. You never
nope,
see him on a live. You've never seen her when she got her honorary doctorate. Most of the
nope,
time, both parents are there. I never have seen one image of him at all.
no. But he
Wow.
interacts with Marcus.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Marcus
Well,
is
I think
in touch with his father.
I think your mic, you need to adjust your mic, Lige.
Is it acting up again?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
isn't Marcus his biological child though?
Yes, yeah, they have the same father,
Uh-huh.
different mothers.
Mhm.
Right. That's
But
what
at
I
the
thought.
baby shower, when she was pregnant with the last child,
Mm-hmm.
she had that baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
She extended an invitation to her
Right.
biological father, but he
I
didn't
Mhm.
remember
come.
that.
He didn't
Your
even
your mic your
respond.
mic, Lige, your mic. Yeah, I think you have to
Can you
I
hear
think it's
me?
your mic. Let me see. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's Lige mic. Mhm.
Oh wow, I may have to drop down in the chat. What is it doing? Is it humming, buzzing? What is it doing?
You hear it's like a feedback. You hear it,
You might want to
Nicole?
turn it down a little bit.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
turn it
turn
down.
mine
Yeah,
down.
turn it down just a
Okay,
little
let me
You
bit.
don't have
try
to
that.
drop down now.
Let me try that.
Mhm.
Turn it down a little bit. How about now?
It's good.
Is it
You can
better?
hear it. No, I still hear it. You don't hear it rallying? Oh, that's Star, give me
Wow.
a thumbs up because I know I hear something. It's a feedback. You don't hear the
Okay.
feedback, Nicole?
No, ma'am.
Well, I hear it
But
on
my
my
phone
end.
is way down.
I'm gonna turn it down
Yeah,
some more.
Starbucks says it sounds awful.
Oh wow. I'll
Mhm.
drop down in the chat then.
Yeah, I can hear you don't hear the feedback? Yeah,
No,
Star
ma'am.
says she
I
can
don't.
hear it. Yeah, she texted me she can hear it.
Probably
Okay,
Okay,
because
I'll
my
I'll
call
phone
call
is
you
you.
back.
breaking down.
Yeah, just see if you can adjust
Come,
it and come back because we got 30
it
more
come back
minutes
up.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we got 30 more minutes.
yeah. I just wanted
Yeah.
to let you guys know, Lady D, that uh, I was waiting on you to come on, but I didn't come on
Hold
it
on, hold
first.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, no, no, what you're saying?
I didn't
I
come
think
on it first,
it might
ma'am.
be your mic. Let me see, because I still, let me see. Say something.
I didn't come on it
I don't,
first.
I think it's your mic. Let me see.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down.
Wait, hold on. I think it,
Okay.
oh, yes. Wait, hold on. Let me see, because, say something, logical. Logical. Do you still hear Star? I think it was Nicole's. Let me know if you still hear it, because I know I heard a feedback. So, guys, this is a mic break. We're just making sure we check the mic break, okay? Why are you putting s- Star? Let me see. You don't hear it, Lodge? I hear something. I still kind of hear something. If you guys, if everything is clear, or it might be just on my end, let me know. A Star. I don't hear it. I don't hear it no more. So it had to been logical. A Star, did you hear it? A Star Country Girl. Oh, she said yes, yes, yes. That's what I was asking. I know I was hearing something. So let me see if Nicole. Nicole? Nicole?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I
Can
don't
you
hear
still?
anything. So
Okay.
Star said there and said she heard it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn my phone down.
Okay, so Logical
But I
said there
just
and
wanted to
say
say
she's
thank
going.
you, Lady D, for letting
Oh,
me, state my opinion, ma'am. I just wanted to say I
mhm,
didn't come on it first because I
mhm.
was listening to BT's live.
Yeah,
And
yeah, don't mention their names here,
yes,
because
ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah, I was listening
other
to
yes,
BT's
content
live.
creators. Mhm,
And I just was in utter disbelief because she was like, well, I called there and I'm like, I just wanted to listen to what she said on the phone call. She said, guys, I called and I recorded it. Y'all listen.
mhm,
So it was some music playing at first, right? You'll hear the music, you'll hear her call the phone, you'll hear the background music from the hotel. But
mhm,
don't fall off right away, right? And
mhm,
then as you listen to it, she actually talks to two ladies, one at the Hyatt, and then she called the one at the Hyatt in Buckhead, and then they called the other Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt, I believe in Atlanta. I might have
mhm,
it backwards though, but she called both, and then the one at the Grand Hyatt said, "Yeah, there is going to be an expo held here on the 23rd and 24th. Why would you feel like you need to call to check like their kids or something?"
mhm. But that's wrong. You
It
got to
is.
be a very evil spirit person,
I
because
agree.
you don't know these people. And
Mm-mm.
like I said, these people see you on the streets. These people most likely would not even acknowledge you, but yet you
Right.
doing all these people bidding. It doesn't make no sense for you to take it that far. And
Mm-mm.
if I was, Tisha and Maurice and even Stormy, I would go ahead and I would start subpoenaing this woman, get her for defamation because
Mm-hmm.
this right here, this is extreme, because first of all,
Mm-hmm.
you basing all this off a reality show. These people laughing all the way to the bank, and
I
you
would
want to
be
tear down these
striking
people's
channels
personal
left and
business.
right.
Okay,
I would be
Lodge. Lodge
striking.
is here. Yeah, get that mic fixed, Lodge.
Yeah, come back up.
Yeah, get the mic fixed. Yeah. Now what you're saying, Nicole?
I would be striking channels left and right. I'm serious because
Mm-hmm.
at this point, I would get just as ridiculous as they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't be them being petty because at this point, it's getting past ridiculous. It's getting all out slander and defamation. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You up
Yeah.
there harassing these people and checking behind these people and putting their business out. They were running their credit reports and telling everything they had outstanding on, I think it was Friday night. There's a certain blogger I cannot stand. I'm not going to say any names, but it starts
Mhm,
with the letter C. She
mhm.
ran their credit reports, Miss Lady D. She ran the whole credit report and named everything they had outstanding on Friday.
Wow, that is awful. That is
I mean,
awful.
at that, it just gets sick. And every morning she comes on and she has to mention the Scots. They do celebrity news, but over half of her shows are about the Scots or
Mhm.
Martell and what he's up to.
I think these people got to be getting paid under the table because no in the
Yeah, I
world
do too.
I will push that hard for people that I don't even know.
Right,
You know,
right. Girl,
ain't no
you
way in
should have
the
heard
world.
last week they were accusing Martell of trying to unalive people.
Mhm.
They were accusing Martell of, oh, I'm so scared something's going to happen. They were
Yeah.
saying they were trying to protect the leader, the superstar. They were trying to protect her. So this is why they were putting this public information out, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm like, who insinuates something like that? And I'm like, why is Martell letting them get away with this? I mean, even if you feel that way, you're entitled to your opinion. Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
going to dog you for that. But every day, all day,
What it is that Martell trying to be a good guy, but it's time for you to take your gloves off because these people don't
yeah,
care about you. And they are doing any and everything to try to assassinate his character. So if I was
yes,
him,
ma'am.
I would go and I would start throwing out subpoenas, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that most of their channel is going to be taken down because,
Mm-hmm.
it's horrible, when you taking these people that you don't even know and you make their life a living hell just because
Right.
of you fighting so hard for one person. Make it make sense.
First, what he needs to do, all of them need to do is legally strike. Once they show they've had to strike the channels, and
Hmm.
then they get legal counsel to see why. I would strike the channels, and then I talk to YouTube because at this point, when you're accusing people of trying to attempt to do things to their family, you running people's credit reports. Yeah, things are public information,
Hmm.
but you're supposed to allude to things like say, okay, I went and looked on Pacer, or I went and, did some research, and this person has a lot of outstanding debts, right? You're not supposed to say, well, this person owes against their club and put their club up for collateral. I'm not saying it's the Scots, I'm just saying I'm using this as an example. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to give people's personal information out, specifying how much they owe and the amount.
That's
Because there was
horrible.
another lady that she's not on anymore, named Auntie A,
Mhm.
and her sister is an attorney, according to her. I don't know this for a fact. And
Mhm.
her sister would tell her, when you get online, you can say outstanding debts, but you're not supposed to give specified information, right?
Mhm.
They went and read these people's whole credit report.
Wow, that's horrible. That's horrible. So if you're gonna do something like that, and you don't even know these people from a can of paint,
Hmm.
it's either you are insane, you desperate for clicks and likes. If I got to get clicks and likes, to tear down somebody, you keep your
Right.
clicks and you keep your likes and you just get the heck out of my life.
That's
I
how I
don't want
feel.
to have, I don't even want to be a part of nobody like that. Like I
Yes, ma'am.
said,
But see,
when they come on here, if I'm gonna tear
hmm
it down, I'm also gonna build it back up, and
but
that's
see,
real
Lady
talk.
D, what I like about you and Mr. Logical, and I love about your channel, anything you state is based on something that's out there already. Meaning you can talk about the episode, and you're not like making it up. You can pull the episode up and say, well, this is why I'm saying this, because this is what I saw, right? You don't have to do any research and dig into people's, business based on what we saw. Like I was just saying, you don't see the person's other parent around from day one up until now. It's
Mhm.
basically a fact. We haven't seen this individual. So my thing is, that's why I like your channel. These other people,
Thank you.
I think he's going to do this, and I think he could do this to his family. And that just, you don't even say all that, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you don't accuse anybody of trying to do anything terrible. You see what I'm
'Cause
saying?
I don't
You're
know
only
these people.
basing what you see.
That's it. I don't know these people. I only can go
Right.
by of what they put out. I don't go and dig in these people' personal business, go
Mm-mm.
stalking them or go on their business page and give them bad reports. I don't do stuff like that. To
Well, Miss
me,
Starbucks, what they're doing is there's a site called Truth Finder, and there's
mhm,
another site called Intellius, right? I know Truth Finder, it's not that much. It's maybe $10 if you know the person's name. Just like when a blogger first came out and she was reading everybody's criminal information, it will tell your net worth, it will tell your marital status, it'll
Wow.
tell any outstanding debts, it'll tell whether you're licensed, all anything. Like if you have a hunters or guns license, if you have a any kind of real estate license, those two sites will tell you everything you need to know about a person. Because before I started really letting this individual I've been with for about 8 years, 8 or 9 years, anytime
Hmm.
I feel like before I introduce you to my kids, I run a background. That's what my
Yeah.
dad told before you come around my kids, I'm going to make sure that you're not,
Mhm.
somebody that's coming around for my kids and not me, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean, right?
But why
So I
would they
do a
want to run a
background.
but why would they want to run a background on these people that's on this show?
That's
It,
what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't make no sense. That's
They
just
they
pushing
can
it.
tell how many properties you own. It'll tell the
Wow.
properties you own. It'll give all your addresses for the last 20 years or so. It tells you everything you need to know for $10. They're spending their money on doing that.
Be-
Yes, ma'am, Miss
because they
Logical. Exactly.
yes, because they want
Was been
clicks,
on the
likes,
show.
and
Period.
subscribe.
They
And
run
that's
these
yeah,
people everything. They read
absolutely.
everything that they owe, but they
Mm-mm.
never do her like that.
Wow. That's
Just like
sad.
when they found out that and I'm not, I don't, it's illegal to say specifics, that at one time the other Scots had some kind of tax issue on her home. They went and found that out when they pulled Maurice's fake record and said it was him, which he stated it wasn't. So
Hmm.
I'm just going to go based on what he says. And they went and got the property information and said that they had some issue regarding taxes. Why would you feel like you had to report that?
Wow.
They
Mm-mm-mm.
found out there was property issues at Stormy's place. You see what I'm saying? I should know that. They should know that. Why are you going to look for all that based on a television show?
Mm-mm-mm.
If you think they faking, find something else to watch.
Because they got to be getting paid. Ain't no anywhere I'm
That's what
gonna
I
push
said,
that
Lady D.
for people, I don't know. And that's, like I say, these people, they need some help. And maybe that's
I
the
agree.
way that, God might want it to happen. Or even Oprah Winfrey probably say, it's too much of these fans are so involved in this show. We just gonna go
Hmm.
ahead, going to be the last season. And after that, we're just gonna go ahead and cancel it.
Yeah,
And I want to know
because it's.
what do you think they'll have to offer, if they go ahead and cancel Love and
I'm
Marriage
sure
Huntsville?
Carlos will come up with something. I mean, he
What could
always
she
comes
talk
up with
about? What
different
could she talk
shows.
about? What could she talk
Well,
about?
I don't know, but I know before they used to have a show on there. I used to like called Greenleaf. They had other shows on there. I think it was kind of like a preacher show, was based on a church, kind of like.
Mhm.
I can't remember that far back, but OWN had some really good shows. They were almost like a Black People Lifetime, in my
No, I'm
opinion.
talking about what do Carlos King, not Carlos King. Yeah, what do Carlos King and Melody? What could they offer each other?
Well, I
Because
don't think a lot of people
according
like her
to
as much as the
Tasha
millimeters
Gary, they
think.
say she can't sing, and I don't think that we want to hear her act because unless she do
Mm-mm.
a cartoon character.
Right, exactly. And then
Like,
I guess her music hasn't really done a lot,
no,
per se, because she's not really doing a lot of shows anymore. She was trying to at one time. I don't know. I'm assuming she's still doing her property preservation. They say she owns a lot of real estate. Her and her family do. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to go dig up to find out. But
no,
they
no, no.
claim that those 35 acres or however many acres that once the comeback group didn't buy it, they said that she bought all of it. Now I'm sure Miss Logical probably knows more
Mhm.
about that than I do. you
Ms.
know,
Logic say their fans want to know. It's sad that the Scots do not care what these people say about them.
they
And
don't.
it's time for them, if they gonna stay on this show, I wouldn't address these people, personally
Mm-mm.
on media. I would go and address them through my attorneys, and I
Me too.
promise I'm gonna shut it all
I,
down. Nowhere in the world.
already, Miss Lady D. Exactly.
I'm not gonna come on, go back and forth with these people because
Nope.
they're not gonna win. The best
They're
way
not important enough for me to mention, and they're certainly not, I guess mature enough to
Mhm.
ask to not do that. So I would just go see an attorney. I would pull every video where they specified my credit report and who I owed, and I would take it to an attorney. I would address YouTube. I would strike address YouTube, and if it didn't stop, I would go to an attorney. I certainly
Yeah.
would, because you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
No, no. Now I think if you're a celebrity, because they consider as a celebrity, because they're on
Yeah.
TV, so you can pull up that type of information on them. But still,
But you're
of all,
supposed to allude to it. You're not
yeah.
supposed to give specified. You can say Nicole has, outstanding debts dated back more than 7 years, right? But
Mhm.
you can't say, oh, Nicole owes 13,000 in student loan debt.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
You
So
can
I wonder
allude
I
to
wonder
it.
if someone, sent this information to the Scots where, they know exactly what's going on.
I don't
I wonder if
know.
they got wind of it.
Because I don't ever see Tisha. You know how you see other people in people's chats and stuff like that? I'd never seen Tisha actually be in a chat. Now I know Miss Wanda was on Real Talk Lady, Real Talk Mr. T's channel. Sometimes Miss Wanda will come on and watch certain things and announce herself in the chat. But I've never seen Tisha and Marceau or anybody actually be on, or Kimmy or Maurice being in people's chats. So I
No.
don't know if they know what's going on or not, Miss Lady D. I don't. And I don't know.
Mhm,
I've never been on Instagram, so I wouldn't know how to DM her or anything.
mhm. Oh, you could go on her page, and where it says message, then you can go ahead and send her whatever you need to send her.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
somebody needs to,
because
at this point.
just go ahead to whoever that page is,
Okay.
click the link,
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and paste it on Tisha's, in Tisha's box, the message,
Okay. I
because
have
this
my
is
daughter trying.
horrible. This is
It is.
horrible.
They
This is
went
really horrible.
Friday and everything she had, everything her husband had on their credit, who they got collateral. That's how I found out they just got that big loan that they got. And
Mhm.
I was like, well, if their credit is that bad, why would they get a loan for that amount of money?
Did they come out and say they got a loan, or they
Yeah, they said they had
the
a loan
bloggers?
for,
So the
a
bloggers
seven
found
figure
that,
loan.
but Tisha them never came out and said that, right?
No, they never
It was
said
the
that. They went
bloggers.
and dug and found that out. In fact, the lady put the
Oh,
documentation up on her live
wow.
as
Imma go
proof.
watch that tonight once I get off of this.
Yeah, go on
That's
CR
horrible.
and look at the videos that she did, the last two that she did Wednesday, Thursday,
Mhm.
and Friday. And all the Scott's paperwork is up on those lives.
Yeah, the one that you hit me private with, that's the, channel, right?
Mm-hmm. CR.
Wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like a candy bar, the C in a candy bar. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. She went and put all those people's paperwork out. Now, if you notice, ever since, people were stating what Martell was charged with and what he wasn't charged with. I don't hear people talking about imaginary tapes anymore.
No.
The cast members that have kind of struck channels, they don't talk about them much anymore.
Wow, and that's the thing about it, you know how they was running with the RP? You don't even hear nothing about it,
No,
because they know if you're going to run with the RP, Martell can go after you, because,
that's
that's
right.
defamation, because
He
that's
was
not the
not charged
charge.
with
He was not
distributing
charged with
public
that.
images. He
So
was only
now they
charged with
know not to.
DV3.
Yes, they know not to put that on their channel.
Right. Exactly. Oh,
'Cause
okay.
they
The
was
whole
running with
split the
that.
proceeds. Okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
So from the 47 acres, so Melody owns half, and I guess Martell owns half. So see, that man got some money.
I thought they
If they
sold the 47 acres.
and they split the proceeds between the six of them, or was it between Melody and Martell? Because I thought Melody and Martell, when they were married, bought that property because the other four didn't sign the paperwork. I think Tisha and Kimmy signed, but
Mhm.
Maurice and Marceau didn't sign. So I thought the
Oh,
Holtz
okay.
went and bought the property, and they claim that's why the other four got upset,
Wow.
because they were supposed to be the comeback group and share it all together. When the husbands didn't sign and Tisha and Kimmy signed, then the host just said, we're just buy it. And that's when Tisha and Marceau and the other ones kind of were like, dang, you didn't even discuss that with us. You let us know after you bought it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, when you see those videos from last week, Lady D, and I keep repeating it because just in case the word gets out, or somebody lets Tisha know, or Miss Wanda finds out about the channel, or one of Miss Wanda's friends who
Mhm.
I watch when she comes on. Miss Marcella will let her hear the video. They're not supposed to get specific about people's debts, or to use public information for malicious intent,
Mhm.
or to
Well,
harass or stalk
somebody needs to
people.
go
This
ahead
is
and
harassment.
pass it to Tisha or pass it to Miss Wanda, because
Yeah,
you don't do no one like that. That's horrible, man.
it's
That's
horrible.
especially
But
what
Lady D, I
mindset
love
these
talking to
people
you,
are
and I
in.
love coming to your channel, but I do have to get ready to go to
All
work
right.
tonight. So it's
Okay.
been wonderful, and I love your show, and thank you for letting me get my opinion out, ma'am. And you have a nice evening. You,
You
Miss
too.
Logical, and Chat. And I thank you for having me on your panel, ma'am. Okay.
All right. And thank you very much for coming here. Anytime you're welcome. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You have a nice
All
evening,
right.
ma'am.
You too. You too. But guys, that is so horrible. When you want to go and dig into these people' personal business, I mean, it just can't get no lower than that. And the only thing that I can think of is that, when you digging into these people's personal lives and you have no attachment to these people, somebody got to be getting paid under the table. No way in the world that I'm going to ride so hard for people that I don't know. That is horrible. And I just hope that, Tisha, especially when it comes this year, because we already know what had happened when they went and reported that they was gambling in black, and that was horrible. So if I was the Scots, I wouldn't allow these people to try to ruin me again. Just go ahead and get them with defamation of character, or send some kind of lawsuits, because it's time for them people to stop it. Somebody got to draw the line. If you don't draw the line, who will? Country Girl says this has been a great live. Thank you very much, Country. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for all that you have done. Logical say, I really do um not think that the Scots care what they dig up or what they say. Marshall really don't care. Well, they might not care, logical, but still, of all, these people are putting out misinformation. And the thing about it is that they are doing it for clicks and likes. So you're not going to bank off of a lie. So it's time for teaching them to stop this. Just like what Maurice. Maurice said, you guys try to come in and put out this false information, I'm gonna get you for defamation. So it's time to go ahead and shut that down, because this right here, this is a lie. So guys, I got 3 more minutes. I'm gonna stay the little 2 hours, and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, because I also had did a live this morning. But I only just usually do an hour. But when I have others, logical speak or whoever want to come on the panel, I let then we go into the 2 hours. But when it comes to love and marriage in Huntsville, guys, this is the only show that I know that these people have taken it to a very, very dark place. And when you get so personal of people that you don't know, then you're going to have to check yourself. What is going on in my life where I wants to focus off of people that I don't know. And I promise you guys, is a lot of sick people that's out there, as you can see. They take these people as if they know these people personal. That is sad. That is very horrible. Logical say, I think they are aware this is what happened in the entertainment world, but nobody that I know have taken it this far, where you going out there and you pulling up these people credit reports, you going around and stalking their business, and you know calling, and vendors. Guys, that's too much. That is what I call horrible, insane. No in the world that I will push stuff like that. But when it comes to this channel right here, I'm going to stand on my truth. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to hear it because they so used to one side story, but it is a side, and this side right here, you may not like it because, you guys are so fixated in people that you don't even know. Country Girl says that even though I don't watch the show, I feel like I don't have to bring so much information about the show. Absolutely. And you don't even have to watch the show, because most of the stuff that is happening is not on the show, because if it was on the show, it would be getting more ratings than what they are getting now. All this stuff is happening on social media. These people are putting their personal business out on social media. And that's why I'm so glad that Nell Fletcher, she didn't entertain all this mess when her bitter stepdaughter or whoever she is, came out and wanted to put out all Mel and her husband's business. If you say that you don't know the Fletchers, you never been in their life, why would you put this type of information out if you don't go around these people? That's just to show you these people don't care. They don't care who they drag down. It's just horrible, guys. This is horrible. So, guys, look, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. This was a great live, another live again, and it's not for everybody. My channel is not for everybody. It's for those that seeking the truth, those that want to hear the truth. And like I said, my truth may not be your truth, but we just gonna weigh it out. But we're not going to jump on a bandwagon just because you feel that that person been victimized. We all been going through. We all been through trauma. Melody is not the only one that went through hell and back. If we all tell our testimony, trust me, we all will be like two drunkards, but you get up. You don't stay wallowing in your mess. Logical say, I agree. They have taken it too low, and many tune out, do not watch the show because the fans think things so low. They, yes, they took it too low. Also, Logical say, yes, good night, everyone. So, guys, look, it's two, we did our 2 hour mark, and go ahead and close it down. But this is sick. This is horrible, guys. And nothing comes out of it. Nothing good is going to come out, because when you dig a hole for somebody else, you better make sure there's a bigger hole that is waiting for you. What goes around come around, and what you dish out when it comes your way, you may not be able to handle it. Okay. So Bertha Raymond, good night. Oh, she said good night, blessings, good night. Thank you guys for being a part of my show. And all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you are free game. And Country Girls say, everyone, enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe. God bless you all. And thank you, Logical Girl. You got to get that mic together so we can be able to chop it up, guys. And also, thank you, Logical Speak. Thank you for being my mod. Country Girl for being my mod. And I'm going to go ahead and close it down, guys, because I feel that my voice is getting deeper. It's getting hoarse. So, on that note, guys, you all have a good night and be blessed.